Hello and welcome to Law and Order SVU here on FANVERSATION. I am Yael Tygiel. That is Felicia Michelle. That is Taylor Gates. This is SVU. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
We are talking season 27, episode 9, Purity, which is the crossover with Law and Order, the Mothership, season 25, episode 9, Snowflake. Yep. This is an SVU podcast where we talk about SVU. The story is one full episode. Story throughout both episodes. I make sense. Whatever. Just know that this is an SVU podcast. Before we jump in, for anyone who is in a situation where you need help, please reach out to RAINN. Their number is 1-800-656-4673. 1-800-656-4673. What does that spell?
Hope.
All right. That was... Thanks, team.
No problem.
You're doing great. Thank you. It does spell hope. Please reach out to RAINN if you need help. Consider this your content warning. This podcast, look, this episode, this story was wild. We went on some wild adventures. We took twists and turns. We went places that didn't go anywhere. Things blew up for no reason. I guarantee that I say something offensive. There we have some neo-Nazis here. I guarantee I say something that's upsetting. Consider this your content warning. I take full blame because I'm sure my co-hosts would never say something that could be upsetting.
I feel like these crossover episodes need like a double warning that if you're listening or watching us wherever you are listening and watching us from, we don't like these. And so we need to have to double warn you guys. Like all this stuff, yeah, before that, that's standard. But like just understand when you see a crossover, there's a group chat that we've had about this and none of us are pleased.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Thank you. Yes. Let me read you the quick caps because they're kind of ridiculous. Here's the quick cap for Law and Order. Brady teams up with Benson's SVU to figure out why a murder was committed. That's the quick cap they got. SVU's quick cap is a murder suspect's pursuit reveals a crime with disturbing legal implications. During a raid, Bruno protects his team while Carisi and Price join forces in court. Both of these are terrible quick caps. Regardless, moving on. Generally, what did you think of the story? Taylor?
Did it need to be the length of a movie? I don't think so. I mean, yeah, look, the premise was like compelling. It was different than many things we've seen, though we have seen white supremacy before. And listen, some of those episodes are bangers. That's Marcia Gay Harden Undercover. Incredible episode. So, I mean, I liked the story. And I'll give it this. The bar is in hell. Like, the bar is low. But this is one of my favorite crossovers because I feel like our team actually was doing things the whole time. So I'm going to give him that. And I like Mara Tierney. I don't even know what her character's name is. I don't look any of them up, and I refuse to. And I'm never going to call her by her character name. That's Mara Tierney. I like her character, and I like her with Benson. So you know what? That's a pretty glowing recommendation for me to be saying about a crossover. That said, stop doing them all the time. Stop. I'm tired.
I will say, I'm shocked by your glowing review.
And for people who don't know, that really is a good one. Like, I actually am shocked as well. So I guess if the bar is in hell, this episode was in purgatory.
Yes, this episode was in purgatory.
Yeah, I didn't like it. It was, I felt like I really feel like I wish I could get that time in my life back. Especially the rewatch, which was necessary because I may or may not have began to look at the inside of my eyelids at a certain point, and then came back to reality and realized that I had actually fallen asleep. So, yeah. And you're right. And 2 hours, that's a very long movie too.
Mm.
I mean, technically it was an hour and a half or a little bit less, because unless you're watching with commercials, then it is fully 2.
Well,
it depends on how you're watching it.
So capitalism got me on top of a crossover. So I'm really just exhausted by it, but we'll get through this together.
I love you both. There was a lot I didn't like. There was a lot I did like. There are things I liked. There were things I liked.
When Yael is the most positive person in the room, we have to talk about what got us to the room.
Trouble. You're in danger.
Look, I agree with you, Taylor, that we did absolutely see things that we've already seen, like a white supremacy group, like the question of what people are doing with embryos, like eugenics. Like there's a lot of things that were not new, but there were some things that were. There was some things that I very much was annoyed by. Felicia, I'm with you on it's tedious to have to rewatch. And while I was rewatching, we got to the van explosion, and I love Alexa in the chat going, I only remember the explosion. I forgot that the explosion even happened. As I was rewatching, we got to the parking garage, and I went, oh, the van's going to explode, and it doesn't actually go anywhere, lead us anywhere, so I can fast forward on rewatch, because the van exploding was irrelevant. It didn't matter. There was another part, when they shoot Volkov, when they shoot the trafficking husband, I'd forgotten that he dies. So I fast forwarded his murder because, again, that was irrelevant.
I'm going to be so honest with you guys. I didn't rewatch. And so...
Shock.
Well, who has 2 hours? Who has 4 hours? Who has that kind of time?
Oh my God, we worked a part-time job. Watch it. Oh my God.
There's no way. So I'm going to do the best I can. I personally didn't have that time to spend watching this twice. Okay.
There's no shame. No one's shaming you.
Here's the thing. I don't care. I don't care what you guys think. I'm just warning you all.
Okay. All right. Let's just call it what it is. It's not that we as a group do not like we don't like the idea of the crossover, because it gives us situations like these. It doesn't move the needle. It doesn't take it up a level. It's almost like the Mothership, which I've even should we call Mothership at this point, just little sister at this point. You're piggybacking off of SVU, and you're not adding anything, when it's not like these characters are not great characters. These are actually some really interesting characters standalone, but it's like you're putting everything on like SVU, and that's not enough. That's not enough to make it as compelling as you want it to be. Like when you hear a crossover episode, whatever that might be, the crossover, it's supposed to be compelling, it's supposed to be hard hitting, it's supposed to be big, it's supposed to be huge, and it's like it didn't hit the explosion was a thing, but what did that connect to? There was a lot of just loose ends. It was kind of like, okay, here's a bunch of stuff that we think we maybe can make happen, and if we can just get this all in here, we can all kind of fit it in. And maybe feels like if we get people to watch the crossover, maybe they'll watch the original LNO, and that's how we can get them to watch on these nights. It feels cheap. That's what it is. I think that's what makes real Law and Order SVU fans dislike when it happens, because it feels like just a get,
I agree with you. I think in addition to that, I don't know if you guys felt this, but it very much felt to me, in previous crossovers, we would have the people that are necessary be there. And this one, I forgot about Griff even existing until he's in a couple scenes. And I went, oh yeah, he's a member of the team, because he didn't need to be there. And on the Law and Order side, they also had people, I don't know their characters, that I went, oh yeah, that's a character on Law and Order. That's not a featured extra. That's an actual character on their team that they just had to force to show up that day to do this scene. And that's a disappointment when we could have done better. But I want to talk a little bit about the story itself, because while we do love to complain here, and I do love to nitpick, I think there were positives. There were interesting things, because here's what all of this really, like, let's boil down to what the plot was. We have a woman, and you two interject as I go. We have a woman who's bleeding and looks pregnant at an ER. I'm going to just need to point this out. It's a very small nitpick. The blood on her thighs were so low on her thighs that it didn't make sense. Between her crotch and the blood, there were inches of space, and she's not bleeding from where babies come from. That's not where she's bleeding from. So what is happening here? I just needed it on the record. Anyway, she needs help. For some reason, no one wonders if this woman is being trafficked. And that was before knowing anything. This woman is pregnant, needs help. She looks scared when she says that her brother is there, and no one wonders if this woman was trafficked. What is this hospital?
It's weird for it to be a hospital in New York and to not understand. Like, New York is one of the most diverse places a person can live, and not understand this woman is from Ukraine. Like, why do we keep misrepresenting where she's from? Like, y'all have no clue. We're not in small town America, USA, where you don't meet different types of people. Like, this is very odd, for sure. Weird.
Yeah. She runs away. We find her. She gets murdered. Moving on.
Saves someone's life, though. She says, "Is Brady is there?" She saves Brady's life.
Right, Mara Tierney. Let's go ahead and use the name we're going to be calling her the rest of the podcast.
Both of you are correct. Let's not question whether she actually saved her life, or if she just was going wrong and didn't try to save her life, was trying to save herself.
But I mean, that's a part of it, because Brady believes that she did, and I think that added to the fierceness that she brought to the story. It gave her an emotional tie to this victim, because and it kind of explains a little bit why she acts the way she did. Like, in my notes, I put that, like, she kind of almost mirrored like old school Stabler, like a little out of control, a little like Olivia's trying to reel her in a little bit, and kind of jacking up some stuff later on in the story, as we see she messed up things, and now that kind of messes up stuff in court. And how many times has he done that to us? A lot. So I was like, maybe they're trying to like recreate a little bit of that juxtaposition between the two in this episode too. It's like she kind of gives a little Stabler vibes.
Nice. Good call. So Nadia, this girl, her story is this. Somebody in the Ukraine said, listen,
explain it to me.
Yeah, you're going to carry someone else's baby. We're putting an embryo in your womb. You are going to be a surrogate. Then you're going to pay us to move you to the US. You're going to give birth to this baby. That is going to be your anchor baby, which gets you citizenship in the US. And then someone else is going to raise that baby because it's not your baby. Let's just, for anyone who's wondering, if you are carrying someone else's baby, they pay you. You are doing the service. If someone is bringing you to the US, which seems like not the thing to do right now, but whatever. If someone is helping you, the money exchanges whoever's doing the service. All right, so let's keep that in mind. But then, and here is the key, because later in the story, when a baby is born and she's like, I'm not raising this baby, my brain went, I'm sorry, you thought that just having the baby in the US is enough to get you citizenship? A baby that isn't you think that just carrying someone else's baby equals anchor baby citizenship?
It's giving your long lost uncle in Nigeria died and he was a king, and if we just need your bank account information so that we can transfer all of his riches and generational wealth to you, if you just give us your account number, routing number, that'd be great. We can get that right to you over right now.
You know what else gave that? Was the woman who adopted a baby through text.
I was like, are these people idiots? I'm like, my God, Matilda's parents are smarter than these people. Like, what in the heck? Like, did you don't think there's anything suspicious about how you became a parent? You think this was just totally fine? Like, this is on the up and up? Like, come on now.
I've never seen this episode had, I think, some of the smartest criminals and some of the stupidest victims. Not just the whole, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe the levels that we're seeing in this episode, because honestly, the entire scam of Sarah Tandon she gets the embryos for free. She then charges people for the embryos, then charges people for the baby. She's making money all over the place. Is a brilliant scam. There was the part where they talked about the Amazon gift cards bought and then emailed and whatever. It was just pretty smart villains and some pretty stupid victims.
Like, we're not victim blaming, but let's rub the brain cells together and let's see if we can do better next time, right?
You're saying cells, that's plural.
Sorry,
everybody has plural.
Let's use the one that you have to its fullest potential.
Well, that too, and then like a little bit of realism is that people, when they want a baby, they can get anybody who wants anything really, really bad, they can get desperate enough. That's something that you really want, like that type of yearning that people have for that. Now, I'm not any. Most of the people a part of this group don't have that yearning, but for people who do, it's deep seated. And sometimes like your emotion we've seen emotion completely throw logic out the window. So it's not the craziest thing, but it is very not smart.
I agree with you that there are people who this is something they want and will do anything for it. But this couple that we met was like, but it's really expensive. So we're going to go this.
Yeah. Like, we're going to do it again.
But yeah, it's an expensive process because you're buying a human. And I don't know if you know this, but then you have to raise it. Like, then you have to take care of that. This is a very expensive project altogether. You just decided, you know what? We're going to save the money on the purchase by doing it via text with somebody who doesn't even come and check my house that I am an appropriate person to buy this child.
Yeah.
Can I just get something off my chest really randomly?
Of course.
If I am ever in an emergency situation, as we saw from the explosion, and they wheel me in there and they start yelling my age out in front of everybody, I'm gonna come up out of that. If I'm unconscious, I'm gonna come up out of that. Like, that is not everybody's business. Because when they were like male 40s, I was like 40s. I was like, look, he looks about 37 or 38 to me. 40s. I'd have woke up. Like, if that had been the cure. Are you serious? Don't wheel me in here. I'm already in bad shape, and you over here talking about me to people, lying. Like, that man does not look like he's in the 40s. I mean, the gray hair maybe, but I was like, he looks like 38. Like, really? Like 40? I'm already dealing with enough, and here you go yelling on my shit out in front of everybody. Woman, no, shut up. Just talk about what's going on. How is that even pertinent information right now? You have to yell that out in front of everybody. When I saw that, I was like, I'd be pissed. I would definitely have come to at that point. I would have woke up and be like, you need to shut the hell up. Because what about HIPAA? You over here yelling on my shit out and everybody can hear me. You talk about male in 40s. I'd have been pissed off.
I don't think saying an age violates HIPAA.
It'll woke me up. Why are you up here? Why are you yelling at my business like that? What's that about? And I saw that. I was like, I feel personally offended for this person. Because why would you do 40s? He looks 37.
That's crazy. I didn't even clock that, but I love that you're
male 40s. Who piss me off. That's just how my brain works. I probably would have popped right up and said, "Who the hell you calling 40?"
I love you so much.
It's rude.
You're right. Let's give some actor shout outs. Speaking of ages.
You better say the ages of everybody you're shouting out.
I don't know, man. I don't know anyone's age. All right, we're going to start on the Mothership team. So they have Reed Scott, who plays Detective Riley. He's in this.
Great.
Brady.
You would know it, but
Lieutenant Brady, played by
Martini.
There you go.
Only one that matters.
Hugh Dancy was there. Tony Goldwyn was there. All right, that's their team.
When they were playing the intro, I was like, I didn't even know who. I was like, wow, they're on the show. I didn't know that.
Did you watch on Peacock?
I did.
Did they have the full intro for both shows?
I didn't even watch it back to back. I had to click out of Law and Order and go to SVU. They didn't even put it side by side for me.
They didn't. So yeah,
that really pissed me off.
But they played LNO intro for that first one, but I don't remember if they played a Law and Order one for the second one.
I think they just played SVUs. Yeah.
So for TV, they played neither. It's just one title card that had both titles, and I was like, "What is this song?" Because it's neither of the songs.
What?
And it's just a title card. It wasn't even an intro.
Oh, that's interesting.
That is interesting. I want to give a shout out to the woman who played Sarah Tandon, Colleen Foy, because she was an incredible villain. I think she did really well. First of all, her using a pregnant woman as a human shield, vicious. Even as someone who does not like children or pregnancy, I would never think to use someone as a human shield, specifically not a pregnant woman. But putting that aside, when she decides to try playing the victim in the jail and then on the trial, really fantastic performance by Colleen Foy. And I will say, I know we're trying to not be only negative, but I'd like to remind SVU that this is another example this season alone where we have somebody who may be lying about being the victim of abuse, and our team just straight up being like, nah, you were not abused. And Carisi on the stand during the cross-examination asking, did you report it? How, you had this lavish lifestyle. Look at you. Please.
That was so crazy that I had to rewind and be like, wait, what are we doing? What are we doing? I was honestly confused because it felt so out of character and out of pocket for him to be asking that on the stand. I understand to a degree when you're talking about it in the station and you're trying to figure things out and you're trying to interrogate her or whatever. To say that shit on the stand and basically give credence to people saying that when there are actual victims just feels crazy and wrong. That just did not feel like the right way to go about it, because it minimizes or makes it feel like that's okay for other people to do when there are actual victims on there. So I didn't like the way they went about that, and I thought it was crazy and weird too.
I agree. I think it's really unacceptable, one, to be on SVU to happen, two, to have Carisi do it. I think that CJ should have done the cross-examination, and the fact that she pops up for a scene or two and isn't in the courtroom when they're doing this blows my mind, right? I understand that she's a minor character, but in this instance, I think that it would be absolutely within the universe for them to say, it's not going to look good to have Carisi go after her, questioning whether she was an abuse victim, and that it would look better just optics wise to have CJ do it. Especially because we as audience members know that she's lying, but in the humans in this show are probably going, well, if she's being abused, I'm not believing anything else here. And I think that they did this entire thing a disservice.
Agree.
I hear y'all. I see y'all. I don't feel y'all on it.
Mm.
I actually liked that because I'll say this, it pointed out something that while it's a television show is very prominent in society, and that more people are growing to understand that for a certain group of people, they weaponize tears and they can turn it off and on. And when we saw it happen in real time, for the audience, it clicked. Like, obviously, if this was a real life situation, that's probably not how somebody should go about it. Y'all are absolutely right about that. But for us to see it as an audience and understand, like, hey, there's a group of people out here that this is exactly what they do. They manipulate through crying, through, acting, victimizing themselves. Like, and this is a thing that happens, and it's something that is intentional, that happens. And so when we saw the switch, I think that made us go, oh yeah. I think it just highlights that is a thing that happens more regularly than we probably imagine, because we see somebody crying, and of course, as a person, if you're any type of sympathy or empathy inside of you, you go, oh my God. But you don't realize there's, again, a group of people that weaponize their tears, and them doing so has attributed to many people in real life dying, like no longer existing. And so showcasing that on the show so that you can see that, I think it was great, because it reinforced a reality, and it didn't reinforce a stereotype that if this type of person cries, that means that automatically that actually happened to them. So I liked it, and I get it. Yeah. In court though, that was like, in real life, terrible look. And it doesn't align with what we see from the SVU brand at all. Did I enjoy it? Yes, it did.
I kind of wish that we would have had someone point that out then, because I agree with you. I actually do totally see your point there, and think that would have been cool. I don't feel like they brought enough attention to it, or hung a lantern on it, so to speak.
They had enough time. Y'all had 2 episodes.
Exactly. You guys had an hour and a half. You could have had Curry say something, because I'm sorry, she should have been the one to say that shit, because it is always the white women, and I'll say it because it's true. So I feel like that could have been a moment, but I agree with you. I just wish that we would have, if we were to go that route, make that really obvious that that's what we were doing commentary on, if that makes sense.
Can I ask y'all a question? Do you feel like there were so many, I don't want to call them necessarily false starts, but there were really good intros to things that if we had just put a little more time into focusing on that versus diversifying all of our time to all these other things, you really could have came, full circle with some of these things and made it a stronger story. Again, when Yo pointed out, why did we need the explosion? Did we need this? Did we need him to get injured? We didn't need it. It didn't change anything about the story. It didn't, add anything. And I think this is just an example of that. That could have been a whole thing. We love a psychological look at someone's mind. We love why did they do it? How do they think? We like that, but it's just we got started for so many things, and we just didn't really put a bow on anything.
I'm with you. Yeah, I think that we
need a big moment. Let's explode something. We don't care. We don't want that. We've seen it 8 billion times.
Yeah, Alexa in the chat points out, I now realize there were 2 explosions, because the van explodes in the beginning, and then there's the explosion where Bruno gets hurt. And honestly, the entire storyline of this white supremacist neighborhood is much more interesting than the doctor making the eugenics, because we've done that, which then gave us a weird scene, just a scene, to discuss the legalities of genetic testing and where that could lead, and ethically what it means, and the slippery slope of whatever. We had this whole other thing that you took us there for a second. You showed us that this man bought an entire neighborhood that is full of Nazis and pregnant women giving birth to more Nazis. Why did we not deal more with that? And that took us on the weird Stabler's informant AJ, just so we could bring up Stabler twice. And then also, I just need this. The scene after Paulina gives birth. We did not need this. Not just because I don't like children, but what we didn't need is, one, it felt like Benson pressuring her to keep the baby that she kind of has no rights to. Right? Like the embryos that she had were given away by the charity. So this baby that she carried, nobody belongs to nobody. And we're forcing it on a woman who does not want this child, who for whatever reason thought that she could get citizenship just by birthing the child. It was
stupid.
We didn't need that scene. What would have been better is something more to do with the actual plot.
It was just like such a nothing burger of a scene because nothing was figured out. It was like she was like, I like can't keep him. Him. I don't remember what gender
nothing burger. Do you know what that made me think of? Just biting into 2 pieces of bread, like nothing
burger. Because she was like, I can't keep this baby, but every time I look over at the baby, I can't think of leaving. And Benson's like, well, it's your baby now, but also I adopted my son, so that's an option. Like, okay, so we're just presenting all the options that we as an audience already know exist, and then there was like no real like angle to it at all. Like there's nothing. It was a nothing burger.
Have we seen Noah this season?
No. We never see that kid. We haven't seen that kid in years.
No, that boy probably 21 years old. He probably at a bar just watching the show just like us.
Yeah, he's drinking. He's at Hudson U.
Oh God. That is a great idea. If you know anybody that is a part of Law and Order SVU only, the way that like Finn's son was involved, that'd be cool. That maybe could be cool in the future, but we have got to move past whatever this is. Although I did like what's his name? I did like Finn and Walker, that combination. That was a decent combination. It was kind of like almost a little bit like a passing of the guard, like, hey, I've been doing this for a while, a little bit younger. Like, you know, obviously being a Black detective is probably an experience in and of itself, and like predominantly white spaces. Like, so pairing them up, I kind of like them together. I think there could have been a little bit more. Where was Finn's personality? Like, I mean, I know he's been gone for a minute, but like there were too many spaces where he could have made some quality punchline jokes.
Great.
But alas.
I think, speaking of quality jokes, let's move on to the quotes. Let's just go to quotes. Let's just do it.
Oh wait, I have one more thing. I have the lady who's the lawyer. She's in My Big Fat Greek Wedding, and I'm sorry, I've never learned her name. But every time, what's her name?
Or something?
My Big Fat Greek
I want to
Wedding,
say it's Nia Varlas. Hold on.
Okay. But every time I see her, I just think
Vardalos.
That line where she says, "You don't need meat? Okay, I make you lamb." Like when she popped up, like that just popped into my head. Sorry.
Okay, and you know what? I'm gonna do something so disrespectful. According to you, I just like looked her up. She's 63. She looks incredible. She looks so good. Nia, drop your skincare routine.
Just
Windex.
Listen, y'all, as long as you're
Windex.
Oh yeah, Windex. Everything is Windex. I just think that when you aren't in real life like a hateful, bigoted person, like you age well. Like I just like you're not just a hateful, evil person, and you're if you're a good person, I feel like you age well.
Yeah.
Speaking of evil people, that's my one line. Because this, I think, sums up the ridiculousness of this 2-part episode. A tech millionaire, a neighborhood full of pregnant neo-Nazis. What the hell is going on here? Agreed. What the hell is going on with this episode?
In the Sydney Sweeney is going on here?
Not the Sydney Sweeney.
Y'all wasn't thinking about her during this episode? I immediately thought about her. I was like, y'all could have got her onto this.
That would have been so funny. She's probably
hit me with your best
lines again.
Moving forward.
I have 2 lines.
Please.
Okay. They're both from Curry. You're like, that ain't cheap, and you're an unemployed 3-time loser. Oh, and this one I like too. Why is it always the scared little bitches who won't quit barking? Because bitches are dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Pretty much all of mine are from Curry too. I've said it before the season, but she is the MVP of the season, and I'm so glad that we have a writer who knows how to write her now with like real personality. She is killing it. I'm loving her so much.
Don't love her too much. We know what happens when we love her.
I know. Oh, I'm lukewarm. I'm ambivalent about her. I don't care if she stays or goes. Have fun in Riker's Patriot. So good. Loved. And then when she said, when the guy was like, these are my embryos, she says, not anymore, they're not. But good news is you get to go with them. I love that. And then also the guy from the beginning, I just work on cars, bro. I just work on cars, bro. I love how he was like, I have nothing to do. I just work on cars, bro. So yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Curry, nice. Love you, girl.
Yeah.
All your hearts.
I think this episode was wild, and I'm disappointed that Bruno didn't have better lines. I'm disappointed that Finn didn't have better lines. Let's talk about Bruno real quick because he's injured for some reason. I'm gonna again nitpicking. Benson was face down, right? After the explosion, Benson was face down, and he was on top of Benson to protect her. Then he rolls off of Benson, and we see whatever it was sticking out of him by a good foot. If he was on top of her, it would have been in her. Just a
That's a minor structure, but yeah, I understand what you meant.
That was great.
I stand by my statement. I said it exactly how I meant it.
It didn't make sense. I thought they were going to do something major when that happened, because like eliminate him from the show. And then my mind immediately went to Dodds. My mind immediately, I said, they're going to do what they did to Dodds, where, he came in and like Dodds is from this affluent family and kind of seemed like a silver spoon in his mouth, like, especially like, with his dad and everything. And then he finally gets it and we love him finally and we understand him. He understands his job, and then he's gone. So I was like, this is what's going to happen because, Bruno, he has money. Like, he really don't have to work if he don't really want to. He got the expensive watches, but he's still this good person. So we've grown to like him. And plus he did this act, which was self-sacrificing to save Olivia. And I thought that he was going to die. And then once his age, I was like, just kill him off now. You called him old.
Here's the thing. I'm like, I think it's just because I'm so bitter. Different show, sorry. The fact that Stranger Things killed almost nobody this last season, and then they did not kill him after this big explosion things. You guys are pussies. Like, commit. If you guys are gonna do some crazy shit, make there be real consequences for it, because there haven't been, and I'm kind of tired of it. Stop using things for shock value unless you're going to follow through. I don't want him gone, but I also don't want you to keep exploding and shooting people if it's not going to do anything, and it's not going to matter in the long run. That's my 2 cents.
I appreciate
the budget. Don't even bother blowing nothing up if it's not going to mean anything.
I'm serious. Stop. I wasn't worried because he woke up 2 seconds later. I was like, okay.
I appreciate both of you and your opinions. I also thought they were going to kill off Bruno, which would have been ballsy, and I was pissed. But then he was fine. It was just like back and sitting on the couch. And Alexa says, did Benson and Bruno look a little too cozy in her office couch? Listen, I'm not shipping that. But if we're doing it, ballsy.
Let's do something, guys. Let's do something.
I have some news.
Oh, yeah. Because I was like, I gotta know if this happened in real life or not, because that's crazy.
No, I've got some show news.
Okay, I'm listening.
So, TV Light had an article that just came out about an upcoming episode, because there was, I don't know if you guys saw, but there was a 25th anniversary celebration for Mothership, and I guess everybody was there celebrating. So in the interview, They talked to Raleigh, and Kelly Giddish said that they're having a Raleigh focused episode coming up. She says it starts out as a wonderful date night and then doesn't end great. Scanavino, who plays Carisi, says it's a very lovely Raleigh beginning. Then it goes a direction that's very dramatic, shall we say. And here is the exciting part about it. According to this TV Line article, they confirm that this brings back Henry Mesner, who played by Ethan Kutkowski, who you may remember as the murderer of Snowball, who returned in season 22 and has been left to be institutionalized. The last time we saw him, Amanda was promising that she would kill him if he ever came near her loved ones. So during the upcoming episode, Giddish explains we'll have a strong focus on the Raleigh partnership. You get to see their relationship. You get to see them sticking up for each other. You get to see how much they mean to each other. So that's
okay. I don't care about all that, but we love Henry back.
That's the exciting part.
I'm so sorry. Like, if you ship it, I'm like so happy for you. Like, I just don't care one way or another. But love that Henry's back. I love it when they continue storylines like that. From like a long time too. This has been like a decade now.
Well, he's one of
the season 14.
He's one of the most polarizing characters that the show has had. A child, like psychopath, serial killer like that, and then like we talk about this, like, and now we get to see him growing up. Okay, so is he still the same? Is he's institutionalized? What does that look like? I think it's great, and also too, like, who doesn't? He's a great actor too. He's a great young actor. If you like, I love Shameless, so I love watching him on Shameless. I got to meet the guy. He's like actually really freaking nice in real life. So I mean, why not? But definitely justice for Snowball. Like,
yes,
maybe we'll have another hashtag when we actually watch this episode. Maybe he'll expire this episode. Maybe she'll take him out because you can't. What episode was it? It was I can't remember. I know you guys know because you're both like encyclopedias of this show, where the father actually shoots the kid because there's no way you can, like, there's no cure for being a psychopath. What episode is it?
It's Kyle MacLachlan is the father in that one. It's an older episode before season 12, where the psychopath kills his son and blames the local pedophile. The local pedophile. Such a good episode. I can't remember what it's called. Somebody in the chat is going to know it. But Kyle MacLachlan was
in the comments. But I because I've been watching from the beginning again. I can't remember all the episodes because, like, I got an ADHD brain. It don't work like that. I could tell you every single thing that had happened, but what the numbers are, I don't freaking know. But I do know that in that episode, I remember he was like, "There is no cure for this. There is not a cure. There's no fix for this. He will just continue to kill and to hurt as many people as he possibly can." I remember that because I tried to think, I was like, how many other like child psychopaths have we had on the show? When I was thinking about Ethan's return, and I thought about that episode.
Great episodes, all of those. Let's take it to shower thoughts. For our friends who are listening in the shower, I have some stupid would you rathers to play.
Alrighty.
I'll move you up so that this is not blocking you. All right. Would you rather SVU crossover with the Mothership once a month or crossover with organized crime every other episode?
Once a month.
Yeah, once a month.
But
with the Mothership?
Yeah.
Yeah, I prefer that one over organized crime.
Every other week. It's the cadence for me.
That,
but if it was once a month?
Yeah.
Because maybe there'd be some space for like growth and development that could exist in that. But I'm so sorry, and there are people that are gonna hate me for saying this. I'm okay with not seeing Olivia and Elliot together. Like, that doesn't do it for me. It doesn't get me going. I know some people, it gets them going when they see them on screen together. It just doesn't get me going like that. Like,
here's the thing.
I'm past it.
No, that's so fair. I like it, but it's frustrating how much they're dragging it out. Like, it's kind of so ridiculous at this point. They need to make a choice either way and go that direction, because the will they won't they after this many years is kind of embarrassing.
A lifetime of will they won't they.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to make a choice either way and go down that path, because it's boring when you're not committing.
Well, when Kathy got blown to smithereens, that was the time. If it wasn't going to happen then, it wasn't going to happen now. She did.
That's a vicious way to say it.
Well, that was a vicious way for them to kill her after all the years that she has been a part of this, the lore of who Stabler is in this show. That was a vicious way to take her out. Talk to the writers about it.
That's an explosion that they weren't scared to go hard with.
So funny.
We're still talking about it, aren't we?
The explosion worth it. Don't waste the budget. Don't.
I have some more would you rathers.
Okay.
Oh, nope, those were joke ones that are offensive. Never mind. I forgot that I sometimes write the first thought that comes to my brain, which should not be said on air.
Oh man,
obviously.
you're gonna tell us later. You have to.
Obviously. But thank you to everyone who listens to us in the shower. We love that you do that. I think that's a wonderful place to listen to podcasts, if that's what you do. I hope we make you laugh while you're lathering up.
Mm-hmm.
It's time for What Did We Learn?
I have one.
Oh, good. Felicia does not, it seems.
I mean, it's like, you know what? I'm disappointed in myself. And I'll tell you why. Because for years at this point, it's years, plural. And we get to this point in the episode and I'm always like it's the first time I ever heard it. I feel like a man. So incompetent. Like, I should already know this is coming. And every single week, every time, I'm like, oh, shoot, that part. But yeah, y'all go ahead while I think of some lie to make up something.
Okay. Taylor, do you want to go first?
Yeah. I didn't know that like the stored embryos were called snowflakes. And I think it's kind of really clever that those are called snowflakes, and like, you know, the like snowflake own the libs, like woke mob, whatever. Like, that's a pretty clever title because it combines both those things. So I'm gonna give that to them.
But isn't that just the white ones? Are the snowflakes?
Snowflake, no.
Actual thing.
I looked it up. I got you. You were right. Snowflake embryos are embryos that have been frozen and donated by families who are undergoing fertility treatments. So, for example, if you are doing IVF and they're making embryos and giving it to you at that moment, not a snowflake embryo. But if they freeze the embryos, those become snowflake embryos.
So they categorize by flavors like vanilla and chocolate.
Snowflakes don't have flavors of ice cream.
These are not ice cream embryos. That's different.
I'm just saying stuff.
I love it.
Rubbing my brain cells together, seeing what comes out. Why not?
Doing better than the people in this episode.
Hey, what the hell? Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Did you have something you learned, or do you want to move on?
I learned that embryos are called snowflakes, and it's not just the white ones. It's all of them.
Right.
Way to copy off my paper.
No, I guess. Hell yeah, I was copying off people's paper. What? Hell yeah, I copied. Yes, I copied sometimes. Okay, not all the time, but sometimes for sure. Yeah,
and I used to show people my paper so they couldn't copy. Because, like, why not?
I mean, look, everybody's done it. Like, again, we talked about ADHD. Okay, I forgot there was homework. I did copy sometimes. Sometimes I was copied off of. We all have a turn. Okay. I think no, what I don't know. I just wonder if, and maybe I need to do a little more. I'm gonna do more research and I'm gonna come back next week, because I do wonder if there are communities of people that are really like that. Like, maybe I don't want to know. I don't know, but maybe there really are groups of people there are people who really truly do believe in this eugenics. And when we talk about it, you know, for us, like it sounds ridiculous. It definitely does. But there are people from the dawn of time that have believed in this, and there are people still today that truly do believe in this. And although it's fictional, it's just so crazy to really conceptualize that this is a real thing that people have believed in for hundreds of years and are still in the year of 2025, 2026, still believing in that. Like that, I think that more blows my mind because I think the best part about our world is just the ability to have diversity, not of just like race, but like thought and looks, and it makes people more interesting. So I guess maybe like I'm just reflecting more on like that. While this is a television show and these are fictional characters that are real fucking weirdos that really still think this thing. Excuse my French, but that's the only word I could think of, or words.
I'm with you. I think honestly, like, to me, the most interesting part of this episode was this fucking weirdo group of white supremacist neo-Nazis. Like, that in and of itself is, in my opinion, much more interesting than, you know, the genetic testing question. Yes, a man doing eugenics and funding the neo-Nazis, fascinating. But
Yeah.
like the entire conversation about embryos and how people are giving birth and adoption, less interesting. The fact that there are organizations that will take your embryos, you sign them away as long as they promise to give them to good Christian households, that's interesting. What I think that there's a lot of interesting stuff that was brought up that didn't get discussed in a way, because for whatever reason we felt the need to spend 2 episodes barely touching upon a few different things.
You know, I always ask this question because we watch a lot of TV. If you're listening to this, you're watching us. All of 3 of us watch a lot of television as a part of our careers and our lives and what we like to do. And so I'm always thinking of different story things or how could twists and turns kind of happen. And part of me is like, I just hope that maybe like this man will come back up again and this company will come back up again, because it really is, like Yael said, it's quite fascinating actually. And it would make a very interesting full episode of SVU only, that I think it would be really cool. So I'm like, maybe, especially now that they said that they have to be destroyed and like how the episode ended, that maybe, because, you know, people like that, like they don't take no for an answer. Like he's like evil, right? So like, wouldn't he keep wanting to be evil? Like how would he find another way, you know? So that was interesting. I do agree with that. But what did you learn, Yael?
Oh, I learned about the snowflake embryos that they are the frozen embryos.
Okay. Why don't we all steal mine?
But you see how can y'all
did I not
used that?
Yes.
I thought they were white ones.
Yes.
Do you understand that?
No, I totally know why you would have thought that.
Like, you playing in the snow and the snow bunnies. I was like, oh, that's the white ones.
No, you literally had me second guess myself because I was like, oh damn, maybe she's right and I misunderstood.
That tells you everything you need to know about this episode. If you just listen to us just have this little bit of conversation, everything you know about why this episode didn't make sense. It was very confusing. Maybe it was like a go on your own adventure type of book.
Alexa says they literally said, here you go, talk amongst yourselves. And I think that's totally right. Alexa, that is the most accurate description of this 2-hour episode, is they went, hey, this is an interesting concept. Hey, this is an interesting concept. Hey, here, talk about this at a party. Here,
literally
start a conversation.
Question ass episode is what this was.
It was brainstorming. We love a brainstorming sesh.
I think that the part actually was very interesting to me is, as I was watching on rewatch, my roommate said something very interesting when we get to the neighborhood of the white supremacists. And he jokingly said, had the show, because remember there was supposed to be a Law and Order hate crime, had that show occurred, they would have investigated this town. That would have been its own storyline. And then I realized what I think actually would have been a better use of crossoverness would have been to have the story begin and then the parts that are relevant to those teams be taken by those shows. Right? So like, as you know, we start with what looks like an SVU case. It then becomes a homicide case. Mothership deals with the homicide. SVU deals with the women who are being trafficked and are in this baby farm. A hate crime team pops in and they get their own episode to explore the hate crime. Maybe they cross over with organized crime and deal with the fact that they're being funded by this, you know, Nazi dude. Like, I think that would have been a better use of a crossover than what we got.
Give us a call, bro. Give us a call, bro. We got ideas on this. This is good. This is good stuff right here. Just saying. I'm just saying, one day we're gonna be talking about something, and I swear for God, they're gonna do it, and then we're gonna be like, "Remember when we said it, you guys?" I know, we're gonna be right one of these days.
Story by credit and run us a check.
Oh yeah, always run the check. Definitely run the check. We need the bag. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just gonna point out that there have been lots of things that I've seen and been like, I said that.
And so, yeah, I didn't want to say it, yo. I was maybe hoping that somebody who watches the show would put it in the. But you know what, girl? Yeah, you take in 2026. You take all the credit that belongs to. Yeah.
Where's my money? All right, moving on. On that note.
Okay.
On that note, yes.
Yael had your roommate. I'm not gonna say his name because I don't know if he went to his own line, but
I say it all the time.
Okay, well, I just don't want to make sure. So Tarek literally watches all of these things. He needs to come on the show one time because I know he has opinions, and it's been years of Yael playing this on the TV, and like, there's not a compromise. If Law and Order SVU is on, it's on, and he has to effectively watch the show. And so I feel like he has opinions I would really love to hear because he shares them sometimes. And they're really good insights because he's been like for a long enough time to like have like some good opinions. So maybe he should come on one
day. He does have lots of opinions. I do share some of them. I do make notes of some of them. And you are. The thing is, Felicia is 100% correct in that he will be sitting on the couch and I will just put on Law and Order and he knows who everybody is. He watches everything. He brought up Churlish while we were watching the first time.
He knows ball.
Yeah. He does. All right. We are back. This is a new half of the season. We're here. We're going to be back I'm going to say we're back at our regular time next week, but who knows? The only way to make sure that you don't miss us is to make sure you've subscribed to wherever you're listening to us or watching us. If you want to be part of the live conversation, then you're going to have to subscribe to the YouTube channel for FANVERSATION and hit the thing that reminds you. I don't know how it works. But I'm old. I'm a male in my 40s. I'm Bruno.
We know. iTunes.
Yeah, do the iTunes, do the thing.
Apple Podcasts.
I still got iTunes too, if that helps.
Whatever, rate and review, leave us a comment. They make me laugh. Until our next episode, Felicia, where are you at on the internet and what are you up to these days?
Don't find me nowhere. I want to be left alone right now. I'm really upset about some things. I'm still recovering from this episode. This really brought me down. And then the way Stranger Things ended really brought me down. There's currently somebody bullying me on TikTok about my Stranger Things take with the whole Diane Ross versus Diana Ross thing. And I just want to be left alone, I think, right now. I think I just need a week. So you can find me. Can I take this down? I am there. That's where I am. But don't
hold on. I can take it down.
7 days. And then I'll come back next week. I'll tell you where you can find me.
Boop. Okay.
Thank
Taylor.
You. No, Taylor needs it for hers.
It's all or nothing, girl.
I don't even have mine on there. I put my name in wrong. Well, you can find me on Twitter still at alphabet_, and you can also find me on Instagram at Taylor_Gates_. Yeah, find me there if you want. You can talk to me. Unlike Felicia, you can just go ahead and you can forward that all to me.
I just need 7 days.
Okay.
6 days.
Okay.
Fair enough. I'll get your mail and I'll deliver it when you're back.
Thank you.
Yep.
I'm Yael Tygiel. I am on the internet at Yael Tygiel. That's YAELTYGIL. I'm going to put it up because it's hard to spell. So just in case you need it. If you like spicy romance books, check out Good Little Library Mouse. If you like to hear from authors who write spicy romance books, those are on fanversation.com. Also this YouTube channel if you're subscribed. So check those out. Thank you for joining us for this ridiculous crossover event. Also, I did not say as offensive as things as I thought I would, so that's nice. All right, bye everybody.
Bye.
Oh, we're doing the